like there's so much instability on the team right now at compLexity. They really feel like they don't know what they're doing right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
That or their options are just so limited that they're scrambling to figure it out. One or the other.
Well, I guess we'll figure it out because Dust, we already started in the first map though. It is going to be compLexity's map. It's going to be on cash, best out of 3. Single elimination. So starting things off for B's Money Crew on the CT side, you have VSA, one of the new players, Asayan, B, Arlen, and Seb. While for compLexity, we have Whitmer, Sanks, Def, Warden, and Surreal. And let's see if this new roster for compLexity, minus, I guess, Warden playing right now in the roster tonight, can get something done to start.
Yeah, we'll see Whitmer already able to get out middle here and over towards the vents and push back highway. So it seems like they want to do some type of mid to B split, and they are going to go ahead and pursue that. They did actually catch B pushing out of the B bomb site, so he's left Seb stranded inside the site by himself. This gives compLexity an opportunity to go ahead and swarm the site, and they should be able to take it over, but this gap in the smoke's allowing B to get a couple of kills.
Exactly. Really bad smoke there for compLexity to try to go for that cross, and B's actually goes for a 3K, and now just like that, it's a 4-on-2 situation in favor of compLexity, with Sanks and Warden will have to attempt to hold it on their own. They do have a cross person up inside B, but BC's looking for that 4th kill to no avail, but Sanks only 16 HP, forced on a reload, and 3 guys closing in. Easy to fuse for Arlen, and BMC actually started off quite well with a great hold from B's.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give it to them for doing a good job, but also just compLexity really fumbled there. I mean, they had complete control of the site. They had one player isolated. It should have been an easy take, and then, you know, just playing for the post plant, but that big gap in the smoke based on a little bit of a mishap allowed B just some easy frags on players crossing into the site. So those 3 kills that B got because of that gap in the smoke were, you know, the ones that decided the round. So a little bit of a mishap there, but we'll see if they can recover. They will take just a very light buy here. They're going to get AKs in the next round with the bomb plant. So we'll just see some Deagles out and play. No real utility or armor. See if they can hit some nice shots with those Deagles.
Yeah, and on the other end, you do have 4 SMGs for B's Money Crew, so trying to build up that economy in this second round, which will be looking to be fruitful for them in the third. I mean, you're seeing this a lot these days, Dust, where you just go for SMGs, even if you win the round and the Ts are going on AKs the following round, you still will keep those submachine guns. Nonetheless, though, you do have that 1-man advantage for the CT side, as they try to get some information there towards that B side, and there's only B's playing there on his own, but they are lurking in. Warden falls down. It's a 4-on-2, and now the bomb is actually spotted. I think it died early in the round as well at mid, so pretty much an easy one there for them to hold.
Yeah, Surreal trying to see if he can make something happen here. He did get into the B bomb site. He does find a kill onto B. He does spot Ireland over here at the CT connector, but with the bomb down the way that it is and his teammate very spread out from him, it's going to be very difficult to work their way. They have to just land some really insane shots, basically, to play their way back into this.
Yep, so Surreal's still able to lurk around and getting a few kills, but now he's finally spotted as the last man standing as well. And he finally gets dropped there by Ireland. Only 2 kills on that pistol buy for compLexity. It's a low buy, like you mentioned, Dust. So that they could buy AKs this round. Of course, Whitmer, not enough money, will go for the Galil because of the pistol buy that he had with the rest of his team. But they could still get something working right here. Small upgrade as well for B's Money Crew. Actually, they're even upgrading to an op, so they're leaving the last submachine gun behind.
Yeah, I mean, compLexity is going to be with limited utility as well, so to make them difficult to run a slower type play, they're pretty much just going to have to gather up and hit something with a little bit of utility that they have. They're already using one flash to try to get a little bit of mid control here, which they are going to be able to get boosted out. Assailant does spot this, however. He does actually get 1 kill, but now he's stuck. Island trying to give him some assistance, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and there's only 1 smoke as well, so not really that wall of smoke, but they still managed to take control of that. Not much utility to work with, but they still have the 2 smokes on Whitmer and Sanks. Nonetheless, though, they only need the firepower to open up that mid side. Sorry. Now it's a 1-man advantage, 2 versus 2, as VSA drops Warden inside the site, getting 2 kills of his own, holding that A side. And now it's going to have to be Sanks and Surreal working together and grouping up here, as we do have a 1-on-1 split in terms of defense for B's Money Crew.
Yeah, a little bit of a mishap there from compLexity again, just kind of throwing some bodies away over at the A bomb site. They had a 4-on-2 and they just kind of gave it up. Still do have a winnable situation though. They have a 2-on-1 right now in the B bomb site. VSA is still a little bit off with his rotate, so it's all up to Seb to hold this by himself. He's able to do a lot of damage on this thing, but he cannot find the frag. So Surreal is going to be able to get this bomb planted. VSA will get here right as the bomb gets put down, so he'll have a lot of time to work with, and one player is low. We'll have to see if he can clutch it up.
Yeah, but dropping there makes a lot of noise. Sanks is just waiting around the corner. VSA has no idea, so they're trying to bait first, but Surreal is there. Triple kill for him, so that's 3 kills for him and 2 kills the previous round, and shows that Surreal so far a good pickup for complexity, but you really are waiting for Warden, Def, and Whitmer to step up now, as they're still fragless in this half.
Yeah, I mean, when Surreal came on the team, he wasn't someone that we knew a whole lot about. I mean, he had been playing within the UK scene and had made a name for himself there. And of course, Def, one of the players for Complexity, had ties to Surreal back when he used to play in the UK scene. So they had their eye on him, but he's still kind of an unproven talent, right? We haven't seen him against real top competition, so we'll just have to see how he develops for this team. So far, having been here against BMC, as Whitmer is able to pick up the aggression at A against a saving BMC, looking to see if they can't go ahead and tie this game up.
That's right. Unfortunately, there with the aim punch already getting dropped all over at A main and also towards B. So Asayan's going to be by himself just behind the sandbags. So far, a full man roster for Complexity moving in, and they will get the easy bomb plan towards this A bomb site. And surprising enough, I'm wondering if they actually plan it for... They didn't even plan for A main, although they took over that site. So they play at default spot. Kind of weird to start, but at least it's a 5-on-1, so they could plan it safe if they wanted to, but even safer next time plan it for A main. Nonetheless, Asayan spotted now at mid, but he still manages to win the fight against Surreal.
Yeah, so he might have a chance to pick up a gun, but no, it looks like Complexity is going to push out. Now it's going to be very difficult for him to do much. Complexity are going to tie up the game now 2-all. Have a lot of AKs still in play. Don't have to do a whole lot of rebuying, so it's good for them to start building up their economy. Meanwhile, these money crew in a tight spot. They do have enough money to afford a buy, but it seems like they are going to take a more conservative approach. Make sure that they get their full utility, maybe even double op or something like that in the next round. So they will just go ahead and take another save. And so this gives Complexity an opportunity to go ahead and take the lead in this game, at least early on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you invested in SMGs on that second round. You only lost 2 guys. Moving into the gun round, you already dropped like 2 of the submachine guns that you had the previous round. So that's a lot of economy that was used on the CT side. Meanwhile, that's how it had to like race easily there on that first half. So that double save actually coming through for fruition for B's Mini Crew. They actually get 2 kills to start, forcing Complexity to fall back to the B alert. They actually managed to take down B's and Asayan right after, so they'll be able to pick up this bomb. Seb trying to push through towards that AK, spawning them towards that mid side. VSA is actually very low, trying to creep down, but he's about to get spotted. He still manages the headshot onto Whitmer, but quickly traded out by Sanks. So now Seb is going to be on his own. At least he has small armor to work with, and still has enough time to, if he gets an early kill onto Warden right now up on the highway, it could be a doable 1-versus-1.
Good B, Seb working his way up highway right now. The bomb has just been planted. Sanks is low on HP, stuck inside the site, and now Seb is for sure. That Sanks is right there. He did hear some footsteps as well, but Sanks will just go back into the site. Warden looking to make sure there's no flank coming A main. So yeah, he can isolate some one-on-ones here. He's going to get some bullets on the Sanks, can't get the kill, and if he would have gotten it, actually could have gotten dangerous because the bomb wasn't planted for Warden. So again, that planning position might come back to bite Complexity later on.
Yeah, the only small detail there that was going to be lucky for Complexity was that Seb didn't have a kit, so it was going to be a forced 10-second defuse. Of course, they wouldn't know that on the T side, but like you said, they're going to have to play a little bit more smart for Complexity if they want to try to overtake this A-bomb site, at least to get the bomb plant for money. Double op setup, as you mentioned here, Dust for Asana and B's, and B is actually going to be opted from B main, while Assailant should be holding that mid side as he is right now, watching that boost.
Yeah, BMC is a team I would see using double op every single map they played in all the other games I had watched. Usually B being one of them. I think they used to have Sin playing for them, but now they have Assailant, who also did some opping with some like semi-pro teams around the scene for a little while. So guys you do suspect would use it are going to have it in their hands this round. We do see a little bit of damage has already been exchanged here. Surreal down to 41. B also took a hit. So we are seeing Complexity look like they want to go for some type of late mid control. They did just boost Surreal up here. Was that bomb tucked into the B lobby?
Oh, that was a big flash there. Awesome position for Surreal, and the Sail was fully blind, but he peeks out, still manages to get the pick onto the sandbags, quickly traded out by Arlen onto Def at midside. So it's not that much in control anymore for Complexity, so they decide to rush inside B. Another bad smoke again, that leaves a gap, but this time Warden manages to get the kill onto B's. Quickly traded out, though, by Seb inside that site, hiding towards that rail. A little bit of a team flash going through, and that draws the bomb carrier. And the big rotate's coming across. It's a 2-versus-2 now. Surreal still alive with Whitmer. Surreal going to work one more time. A double kill going for a third. To no avail. Now back to a 1-versus-1. Bomb is planted at the default spot. Whitmer peeks out and pulls out the volley. Down to 57 HP. Head spotted, head shotted. And the VSA is going to clutch that 2-versus-1. and it's now going to be 3-3.
It is kind of inefficient trading there from compLexity, though. They're not really hitting that B-bomb site together. Warden just ran up the ramp by himself and died to Seb, and then you had someone else go up there by themselves and try the exact same thing and failed. So, you know, they threw a couple of bodies for free at BMC there, and that means you're putting your teammate Whitmer in a 1v1 when you probably could have had, you know, just a way more efficient round where you would have likely had a man advantage post-plant. So you can just tell that they're not really on the same page right now on these executes.
At least, thankfully, for these bomb plants, you will have enough money here for compLexity. So full AKs, interesting enough here, is so far in this whole half, Whitmer hasn't had a chance to wield that AWP on the T side, although they do spot one and corner him inside the sandbags. VSD is burning, VSD is now down, even headshotted by Whitmer for that overkill. So they take control of that mid side. You do have a bit of support, but Ireland, finally decides to fall back inside A and let compLexity take control of that mid side.
Yeah, so they're going to split this B-bomb site yet again. Sanks is going to take a better approach, not going up the ramp, swinging out towards a headshot angle, just a way better way to approach attacking this B-bomb site. They are going to be able to trade their way in with a 4-on-2. That bomb is going to get planted here any moment now. And compLexity should have this one in the bag at this point. They have great positioning. They have the numbers. This should be a 4th round for them.
Yeah, things are looking good now as Salient at this point will have to try to save. He did invest a lot towards nades as well, which could turn to be useful for them in the next round. Because look at their money right now. It's fully broken from B's money crew after a win-1, lose-1 situation. The whole economy has been reset. So at least he's far enough from the map. compLexity on their end doesn't really have enough to go on a hunt as well. So they're just going to hold back towards spawn. And actually, Def is going to try to look for him.
Yeah, they're going to give a little bit of chase here, as you said. Def just kind of angling out middle. I'm not sure if they'll actually push all the way towards the A side of the map, however. So Assailant should hold into this op, but I mean, the rest of the team is almost in double save territory, or at the very least a full save here, and very likely kind of a broken buy next time around. So it's definitely going to be putting them in a tight spot economically. Maybe you do see them upgrade some pistols around this op to see if they can make a play, since they're going to have to save next round probably anyway. But it seems like they're not going to go too heavy-handed. Let's get a few P250s and leave it at that.
So for Ireland and for VSA, I have a feeling that this avatar from Ireland is... I've seen it before. Can it be Connor?
I have no idea.
Anyways, let's just keep it as Ireland for now. But he's hiding back towards the sandbag. He spots Sanks and he gets taken down with support from Def. They also clear down towards Checkers and a nice Zeus kill there. Double team coming through towards Checkers. But Def is down to 18 HP. Seth picks up the AK, gets a nice headshot onto Surreal, but immediate reloads and gets picked off there. And it's going to be 3-5 in favor of compLexity.
Yeah, compLexity's starting to get it together now. They've been able to get 5 of the last 6 rounds. Have plenty of bank built up now. They're going to be able to get that op into Whitmer's hands. They have plenty of reserve cash on Def and Warden. Meanwhile, BMC is still stuck on just upgraded pistols, waiting to get a buy into the next rounds. This is where compLexity start working their lead into an even higher margin. This map has slayed a bit T-sided lately with the new meta, so it's just kind of the pattern you'd expect. So compLexity needs to just keep playing to that. They hit this A-bomb site.
Rushing in right now, and this double eco, can it come into fruition? VSA starts things off in Ireland as well. Hiding behind that smoke, actually, using it to his advantage. And now it's a 3 versus 1. Whitmer now won a 2 versus 1 at the forklift. He spots Beast towards the white truck. He does have the up finally here in this half, but is it going to be good enough to clutch a 2 versus 1? Thankfully, he's up against 2 pistols. Misses that shot, actually legs him on that ladder. Seb is still alive somehow. Gets the headshot onto Beast. He's looking to clutch this one, still at almost full HP. And almost no bullets left on that Tech 9. He's going to try to come across and pre-fire. And with the last bullet, gets the kill onto Seb. That could have been huge if he missed it. And a slap on the wrist, but it's going to be compLexity winning that one with actually a very close round to finish.
Yeah, definitely not the comfortable victory that compLexity was hoping for that round. They definitely had to work for it. Whitmer had to pull off a clutch. That ladder hitbox situation almost pulled one over on him, but he was able to get the job done, and so he secures another round for complexity. They're now up 6-3. But B's Money Crew is going to be back onto a full buy. But the big question is going to be, how does mid work? Because B's Money Crew has not really been able to contain this mid control that Complexity's been throwing out. Whether it be early in the round or later in the round, no matter what, it seems like Complexity are always able to overpower the mid defense. Now you're seeing Ireland change things up by pushing in the closet this round with the rifle. They still have Assailant's op in the area, so they're going to give it a little bit of a different look, see if they can adjust.
I think they pretty much read him like a book for Complexity. After a few gun rounds, you notice them that they're staying towards that sandbags. They trap a lot of guys. They managed to finally get the off shot there from the headshot catwalk, but they also spotted Ireland inside that cubby, as you mentioned before here does. So it evens it up on a 4 versus 4 situation, but you still have a boost inside defense as well. So that's why you have that switch towards that mid control. I think you could focus on that, having B's in there and having Assailant still opting towards that catwalk box. But the thing is it going to be good enough?
Yeah, you can definitely tell that B's Money Crew are trying to put a little bit more emphasis on defending mid and not just giving it to Complexity and letting them use it to work site splits. And oh my goodness, Whitmer, just no awareness about BMC having a member inside the vents. There was definitely some miscommunication there. Luckily, Def able to find a kill, but it's still not going to amount to much. He's stuck in a 1 versus 3, so some big miscommunication from Complexity, but also some good adjustments from BMC defending mid.
That's right, and good communication on their side, because it's saying whiffed a shot and could have gotten taken down by Surreal, but thankfully for VSA, right behind him goes for the white peak inside the A side to save him. So that leaves it on a 3 versus 1 situation, and Def is going to get easily picked by VSA, rotating all the way across from A towards Z. And now B's Money Crew is coming back up in this game. And with these ecos that the damage a lot of the economy for Complexity, yes, you'll still have this forced buy, but it's slowly dwindling down where you're going to start seeing Complexity. If they lose this one here, we'll be going into an eco.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've finally kind of reeled this one back in. They've started to put a hit to Complexity's wallets, and we'll see if BMC can capitalize on it. Now, they have that double lock set up back into effect. B and Assailant going to have them. Looks like they are going to do kind of a 1-3-1 again, but it did have Surreal taking out Ireland right away. So
I wonder if he got spammed through the smoke.
I
think he was trying to opt towards that cubby again, towards that mid side, and this is what I'm talking about. I mean, you've done it the previous round. Why are you going to try to do it again? So he got sprayed, got picked off, and an early advantage for Complexity, and that's how they lost mid earlier on in this half, where they always had one guy towards the sandbags. Thankfully, though, B's evens things up as he's opping out towards his B side. Don't choke on me, Dust, because I still need you for 4 more maps at least. But you do have that bomb lurking towards that blue door, and it looks like they're going to try to split towards this A bomb site.
Indeed it does. They have the bomb tucked into Squeaky with Warden right now. 2 inside A main. Whitmer now meeting up with Warden. There is VSA playing an NBK. Assailant at Highway, and B is at Truck. So they have a pretty good rotation here, but using the smokes, they're going to be able to isolate some players, and they're going to be able to get that pick on the VSA. Assailant does trade back, though, so it's a 3-on-3 post plant. Make that now a 3-on-2. Sank's getting caught trying to leave the site, and so BMC, they might be able to pull this one out.
And another situation when they plant safely inside the A-bomb site, not really planning for the person in main for Surreal. And now he's going to be forced to come out and try to win this one on a 3 versus 1. He gets the first kill, jumping on the defuse, and looks like it's going to be an easy defuse coming through. He gets a second kill, but there you go. That's their demise, and then he loses that round right after.
So there you have it. BMC coming up with a couple of rounds in a row. With that bomb plant, Complexity does still have, you know, some money to work with, but they have a decision to make, and it looks like their decision is to go ahead and force up what they can. It does include a couple of Galils and Def just on a Tech 9. Obviously, utility also quite limited, so it's a little bit of a risk, especially since they did have a lead. Maybe you just take a save and make sure you get a nice full buy and then the rest of the rounds of the half, but you're going to try to go for it here and now. It looks like they're going to favor that B split once again.
Yeah, you're only leaving Warden by himself towards this mid side, trying to catch rotations, but they're just going to wait for the smoke to dissipate and try to possibly just explode right after. A big flash that's going to blind one, but our teammate flash actually blinds 3 of them trying to move inside the site, and Ireland easily takes down 2. They actually have a stack towards his B side as well. Ireland goes for that trip kill, leaving Warden LMS trying to drop inside the checker, spotted immediately, and as he comes down, puts a 4th kill on the scoreboard for Ireland on that round, and we've tied up the game 6-6. Where we're going to see Complexity on a save, and possibly B's Money Crew retaking the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the force buy there did not pan out, so now they'll be on even less, and they'll have to do even more if they want to prevent BMC from taking a lead back in this game. As looks like they are all going to be gathering up here towards the A side of the map, so maybe overloading Squeaky Door. That's actually a pretty common tactic to use when you just have Tech 9s. You can kind of close the distance on quad pretty quickly. Usually you're going to be able to get a bomb plant because the guy Highway can't really stop all of you from getting back there. So we'll see if that's how it plays out.
Yeah, Arlen's just waiting on the top of that cat, waiting for that spray. The door opens, big flash to actually blind him. But the BSA is still holding from quad side, gets another hat trick. And finally, they open it up, and all they want is to try to get a bomb plant right now, but nice shot by Assailant as Def tries to jump across to pick up the bomb, and they hold that, and they prevent the plant at the same time, leaving compLexity's money low on this forced buy, or on this buy, regular buy coming here for compLexity.
There's not much more you can say other than just great play from VSA. I mean, that can be very difficult to deal with when you just have 4 or 5 guys rushing you down with a Tech 9 and you don't really have any assistance because you've been isolated with smokes, yet he's able to pull up the hat trick spray down. So, I mean, that was just a big individual effort. As you said, won in the round, denied the bomb plant, denied some economy to compLexity. Just all around a great play from him.
Another one spotted in the sandbags, but Whitmer actually pulls out a molly just before. But finally he's about to get burned down. Big flash from the peak out. He's still burning.
Oh.
He still matches the shot onto Sanks. What a great shot there. But quickly traded out by Surreal. Bees once again boosted inside the fence, waiting for the right moment to come out. Bates his teammate, but it actually gets the kill. And Def is still going to try to hold it out. It's a 2 versus 2. Morden is trying to lurk across from the B main. He drops B as B drops into B. And now it's a 2 versus 1. Def and Warden versus Seb, who's going to have to try to hold it at the B side, but looks like the bomb is slowly walking back towards A.
Yeah, there's a good read here from compLexity. They're very aware that that's where Seb is likely going to be at, so they're just going to move the bomb away from him. They have the 2-on-1, and now they should be able to get this bomb into A for free. There's a little bit of hesitation because Warden's not 100% sure, so he's just kind of tucking the bomb in at middle, so you can kind of go either way based on what Def is going to see here as he comes up highway. So he's giving himself options to kind of just take the easier route once he gets the information. It looks like now they'll just gather up and go B. They think they've mind gamed Seb, and they're right.
Yeah, and at this point, Seb still has a kit to work with, but he also has a flash. But now that he's too far in a 2 versus 1, he cannot get an early kill. So, actually, he looks like he might even try to go for this one. They have won 4 rounds in a row, but they don't really have that much money to work with for VSA. He bought down all the way down to 0. So if anything, maybe you want to try to work and hurt the economy on compLexity's side, but Def easily kills him, ties it back up 7-7, moving into the last round of the first half. That gun could have been needed there.
Yeah, a little bit of a scrappy game. We've had each team be able to earn, a 3 or 4 round winning streak throughout the half. So it's come down to the wire here as far as who's going to have the advantage going into the second half on the side switch. We are going to have still, of course, a full buy from both teams, though it's a little bit limited on BMC. They don't have ops anymore. They've been running double op quite a lot. Now they'll be on just a FAMAS and a CZ, so it's definitely going to make things a little bit more difficult, but they're going to go for this counter boost, but it's going to get found out.
Yeah, and big counter flash is coming through at least, but they still managed to take down Assailant. They take control of this mid side, dropping 3 guys now. 1 guy lurking towards that A main, and Warden looks like he's creeping slowly towards B. So is it soon going to be a mid to B split? They break out the fence. Sebs are looking to push out. The first one drops through, and they spot him, though, at least from B main. So Ireland's going to have to try to CZ it close inside the site. Definitely running across against the dink and the kill, but quickly refragged by Whitmer, leaving now VSA attempted clutch of 4 versus 1. But it's looking to finally be compLexity, getting the finish with an 8-7 first half.
So Cole, the favorites tonight, despite the roster shenanigans, are able to go ahead and get a slight lead coming out of the first half, though it is still a tight race this game. And again, the T side's been a bit favored lately, so if BMC can get Pistol, get a little bit of a lead going, they still would have some chance. Again, I don't really know anything about this team. I think this roster's just been kind of put together. It's kind of a pug, to be honest. So I'm not sure what their teamwork's going to be like on the Terror side. We'll have to see.
Yeah, let's look at it right now, at least. If you're looking at the scoreboard, Warden, naturally, I think it's no surprise for me that you see him at a 7-9 ratio. I mean, you don't really see him play that much. But do you know why actually Shinobi is not showing up tonight? I know you are usually really close to him.
He's not playing with compLexity anymore. He quit.
Oh, okay. You heard it here. So now I guess they're still struggling to find.
Oops, spoilers. Sorry.
5th. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
I don't know if it's 100% confirmed, but I hear that's what is going to happen.
So, where is Shinobi going to go? Where is Roka going to go? We'll find out later as the weeks move on, but we're about to start the second half between compLexity and B's Money Crew. With B's Money Crew on the T side, looks like they're just going to try to go for an all-out rush towards this A side, and surprisingly enough, they're playing very passively. With, looks like it's going to be Def playing from the truck side. Okay, they're just throwing decoys to try to throw him off at first and hold A main, but a big rush would have actually been key for them right now, as it looks like compLexity are looking to play the retake.
Yeah, retake A is a pretty common pistol round setup, so it's pretty low risk. Does usually concede a free bomb plant, so you have to deal with that third round buy. A pretty high percentage chance at the time, unless your retake's really good. We'll see what Def can do. He does spot them crossing in, so he has all the intel. Whitmer able actually to catch Seb crossing. That slows down the bomb plant a bit, but it looks like it still will go down.
Yeah, that's why, because it took a little bit more time. You gave a chance for Whitmer to come across and move up on the highway to help him out, but the bomb is planted, as you mentioned, does. It's a 4 versus 5. They're closing in already. A nice one-tap from Whitmer onto Ireland at A main. Slowly but surely, B's Money Crew are slowly dropping down towards this A bomb site. As Sailing trying to stay alive at A main, manages to get the shot there onto Sanks, but that's no more than that. As it gets picked off as Surreal, the defuse comes through, and it's compLexity winning the pistol round.
Yeah, really well done. Again, just playing that retake A setup. Def and Whitmer able to actually find a couple of kills, as they were the kind of the first guys to be in that area. So really well done. They do concede the bomb play. That's kind of the risk you take by playing a retake setup. But at least it ensures that you get the victory. So of course we probably will see some type of lighter buy from BMC this round to save up for AKs in the third. We're going to see compLexity pick up some SMGs here to see if they can't build up some cash. And we should see them just go ahead and roll out to 10-7 without too much resistance.
Let's see if that will be the case. So they do have that bomb plan. You'll see the full gun round coming in from B's Money Crew after. They're just going to try to plow into B, maybe get a shutter flash coming through and a smoke for CT spawn. And that's why Ireland has it up there. And, well, you do have Surreal holding inside the side with Warden, though. So they do have a nice crossfire inside A. Here's that first flash. Here comes that smoke. Here comes the push through. The MP9 Warden is dinged. He doesn't manage to get a kill. Surreal's, though, in the back as well to support. Gets the first one. And a rotation already comes across. And they all get instantaneously dropped there inside this B bomb site. Easy hold.
Yeah, again, didn't really expect too much out of that round, given BMC was saving up for this moment now. They will have AKs across the board. The exception of Ireland, who will just be on the Galil to make sure he can get himself his head armor and his flashes. So a little bit limited utility here from BMC. We'll see what they can put together.
Yeah, and there you go. You see compLexity utilizing these submachine guns in this gun round, which is actually quite default. Which is why it was surprising for me to see BMC going for full buys when they still had some machine guns on that second round. Nonetheless, though, you do have a stack for compLexity towards this A bomb site, leaving middle actually fully open right now.
Yeah, they're not putting any eyes on it. Some teams elect to do this. Now, it can work out just fine as long as, you know, your A members are aware highway is open, and as long as you have someone like this quad player, Def, being able to keep an eye on the highway crossing the CT spawn. So, you know, it's one way to play mid, and like I said, it just works as long as you have good teamwork and communication.
Break over in that vents. It's VSA trying to bait out some shots there on that highway side, but Sanks is already pushed out towards A main, so he gets a lot of information there. That's what you see slowly on that minimap. Def is rotating back towards the mid side from A. And they're slowly closing in right now. You'll still soon see some action towards this A main between Seb and Sanks. But BMC are now trying to push inside this B bomb site. You still have a 2-man stack inside there, which is going to be Warden one more time with the MP9 and Surreal. Surreal the first frag, and Warden with a double kill with the MP9. And they once again hold down this B bomb site quite well.
Well, that's a good move there from compLexity. That'll net them a pretty nice little lead going forward, because obviously they secure this round 11-7. Not much money on BMC, likely taking a save next round. Don't even get a bomb plant here, so this really should be compLexity tilting this towards around 12 before BMC can buy again. So they're certainly setting themselves up pretty well to close out the game at this point. Of course, we need to see probably another full buy round from BMC to really kind of see how things are going to go before we know for sure that Cole should close. But so far, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, and what I like about it, too, is that they managed to keep 3 guns alive on that previous round for compLexity. So whoever was still alive dropped a submachine gun and picked up the AK or whatever rifle was on the floor to be able to drop it for the teammates. Whitmer, though, going for the MP7 in this round here, knowing that B's Money Crew is going to be on the save. He's going to try to rack some cash to finally afford an AWP in the following round, as he's playing inside A with Sanks and also with Death at Quad and at Forklift, pretty much, respectively.
Yeah,
so that means that there's not a lot of money that was invested in terms of guns from the guns that they picked up before.
Yeah, so we're just going to see kind of a similar play to what compLexity did while on the save, just trying to overload Quad. Sanks will be here, though. I probably deal with the main portion of this attack. He almost got knifed or something like that, but okay. Whitmer just goes to town with the MP7 there, so he's going to net himself a lot of cash. So much bank built up at compLexity. It's going to be such an uphill battle for BMC now, especially if they can't secure this one. This is the round they need desperately if they want to, you know, still contest this first map.
I just love how Arlen just ran through that. I'm pretty sure he had bullets left in his rifle, but he just wanted to go for a knife kill. Maybe to add some money, trying to get lucky there through that smoke. But it's some risks. High risk, high reward, but nothing comes out of it. They do have an op in the hands of Assailant for this round now. They did try to take control of this mid side, but that's one molly after the other. Incendiary grenade on the CT side to just run that clock down and fully take control of this mid side, forcing now B's Money Crew to split out on pretty much a hold execution / B lurker dying.
Ooh, Sanks also catching Assailant. They're on the boost, so now it's a 5-on-3 for compLexity. We are going to see Ireland finally pick one up there, and the bomb will make its way towards A, but Whitmer, he's still got this op tucked into MDK, and he's delivering the frags right now. That's going to be 3. He'll just do it by himself to close it out, so compLexity looking pretty sharp here on the CT side. They're now up 13-7. Again, money very tight on BMC at this point. Plenty of cash flow on compLexity. And they're starting to, you know, make their way towards the finish line here for this map.
And people were saying how Surreal is actually playing a very good map so far. But look at Whitmer. He's at 22 kills, really holding it down on the CT side himself. Going 12-11 on T side, but already at 10-1 on this second half. So he's going to work right now, and they're still holding and closing things out. Pistol buy going in for B's Money Crew. Tech 9s and only small armor for 2 of the remaining players, make that 1. As they keep getting dropped easily there, it's just a map that the AK is just too much, or much stronger than the Tech 9s. Assailant now spotted through the smoke, and that's going to end it there.
Indeed, so now compLexity, map point on the horizon. This is BMC's last shot here. They don't need to make a full buy, full utility. They even get the op in Assailant's hands. Now, I see them double out sometimes on T side, so I'm not sure if they'll go that route. No, they do not. They'll just go with the AK. So, I mean, again, this is their last shot. Let's see if they can make something of cash. Let's see what they can do.
Yeah, if anything, if they lose this one, they'll get the max bonus pretty much for the rest of this game. But look at that aggressive push by compLexity, getting the first kill onto VSA. Warden about to push through the smoke. Misses the spray right now, though, and he pays the price. Ireland drops him, but at least he gets enough information, knowing that one's at B main and also one is also towards Toxic. But they fall back, trying to regroup towards this mid side. They do have still a 1-minute disadvantage for B's Money Crew, as they're going to try to work towards B.
Yeah, Whitmer also did pick up a frag to kind of retain an advantage for Cole, and now Sanks have been able to flash his way into checkers and find a kill on the B. So, I mean, Cole's just kind of picking them apart with these aggressive peaks. You know, BMC doesn't seem to be able to handle that, just like they weren't able to handle compLexity's aggression when they were getting mid control throughout the first half. So, definitely, when compLexity raises the tempo a bit, BMC struggles to be able to deal with it. And now they have to play a 2 versus 4 to try to prevent compLexity from getting the map point and likely just winning the map outright. So, I mean, they have to dig down deep here to make a play.
I can't take anything away from Warden from that misspray, man. I mean, he's just a coach, a manager.
He might be a player. I don't know what they're thinking about doing with the roster going forward. Who knows?
Well, Ireland and Seb looking for this A split, both from Highway and A main. But he really isolate Ireland on his own because of that smoke at B main. Seb at least able to clear that for a bit and trying to keep things alive here for B's Money Crew. They are facing elimination of the first map. Easy gets the bomb plan, but cornered from all angles, easily dispatched by Sanks. And it's now going to be map point for compLexity on their map choice here on Cash.
Yeah, looking like they should be able to put this one away relatively soon. They're going to get 8 chances to do it in regulation. And given how things have played out thus far, it looks very likely that they will move on to our second map of the night with a 1-map advantage.
So much money right now for complexity, so they're looking good at least. To be able to pull a few mistakes if they wanted to. Nobody wants to make mistakes, but if there's some mistakes that happen, they will be able to buy for at least another round or two. As BMC on their side going for full AKs with the bomb plan, of course, giving them enough money right now to have utilities to work with as well, but not really using the molly, but a nice off by Depth. That's 1 and 2 at the fence side, going for the hat trick as soon as he gets blinded now. Going for the power line, trying to peek out with the CZ. Both of them are now blinded. He gets, or trying to get this kill, he gets it stolen, and then gets the last one there as the smoke dissipates, and the first map is ended. 16-7 in favor of complexity over B's Money Crew.
Yeah, I mean, a good win there from complexity. They did their jobs, right? They're supposed to win these types of games. BMC is, literally a pug thrown together last minute of, main level players. So, I mean, good showing, though. I mean, all their players played well. Whitmer played well. Surreal played well. Pretty much everyone played well. No one played badly. So, I mean, they got the job done, hats off to them. They're doing what they need to do to move on in this bracket and try to see if they can't make something out of it. And now they'll move on to Map 2 to see if they can close out the series 2-0, as I think a lot of people were expecting to see. So, yeah, we'll just see if they live up to expectations or whether or not BMC can show us a little bit of something to make this series interesting. So, I guess that's what we'll wait and find out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're looking at the scoreboard one more time before going to break, Whitmer, 3 clutch situations, VSA getting 2, and Seb getting 1. But at the end of the day, which started to be promising for B's Money Crew coming up against Complexity's map choice, it easily turned around as soon as Complexity started taking the CT side. I mean, not dropping a single round since the half, winning the first 116-7. Now, can B's Money Crew turn things around on the second map, on their map choice of Cobble? We'll find out after this break.